Yo, YouTube. Okay, so this is your girl Michelle362. So today I have a very special thing going on, as you can tell right now. So I've got to put it this way. Uh, it's been a while since the last stream I've done. Um, so I have a very interesting thing today. It's happening. So with everything being said, right now I'm not in my workshop, not in my basement. I've been trying to get out some new videos as of recent. I've been trying to come up with other ways to pretty much be more inventive. But the way things have been like stupid busy. I don't want to get too much into the talk, but my whole thing is being in the front lines, dealing with this whole mess, this whole pandemic, and basically, been basically just keeping kind of to myself here. Besides my own channel on Twitch and stuff, and some of you who have know me on Twitch as well. So, without further ado, I am going to be doing a very unique thing today, which I'm going to talk about a particular model kit I've been working on. And the model kit I'm working on is actually the Tire Malone Big Papa truck. Some of you may know who Tire Malone is and what has happened. The reason I'm doing this type of video right now as a soft kind of thing before I show the actual making of it. There's also some other nostalgic kits I've been getting my hands on. A re-release of the International Scout International Harvester Scout 2 model kit, which AMT came out with. I just got it just recently, so that project alone right now I'm not going to be showing. As far as the Big Papa truck kit goes, well, it's not too bad, but I will be showing that today. So right now I just want to give a bit of a round thing here, sit here and have my little stuffed plush. So anyways, without further ado, I guess I'm going to be taking you guys into the tour of my, kind of messed up thing. So, I gotta do is I gotta get my slippers on. Or not my slippers, my sandals on. As you can tell, yes, I am off today from work. Been kind of keeping myself a bit busy. And have my own personal... Oh, before I forget, some of you who follow me on Twitch, I actually do have my own personal mug. So more than likely you can check it out on Streamlabs, OBS, Michelle HTTPS Michelle362.live. It's the store. I actually have some... I'm going to take everybody downstairs. So bear with me when I get everybody down here, because it's kind of it's a bit of a slow process. I've been dealing with a lot of other things that have been going on. So I'm just going to set my coffee over here real quick because I need to see where I am going. Feels weird wearing a thing here, but I'm going to actually set my coffee back down the stairs here. So, two things I'm going to do, but I'm actually holding off on the white paint due to the fact that the white paint I had for the decal setup has been somewhat less favorable. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the truck, or part of the Big Papa truck, in lieu of everything that's been going on. And of course, you can see behind me the trophies and all that fun stuff. Now, doing this is very interesting. Two things I am going to point out. So today, I'm not going to go too nuts in pointing out the truck in its entirety, as you can tell. So right now, this is only the first coat of the white. This is part of the ramp for the Big Papa truck. This is going to go to the Bandit kit, which right now is on the shelf. I was trying to get up there, up onto the stream the last time, but it didn't work. As you can tell, I started hand painting the white here. I masked it off. Right now it's in the rough stage. So I'm waiting on the new coat of white paint, or new white paint coming, so I can actually make another coat. And then I can start worrying about putting the red ember lights, or the red tail lights. Because what I did here is I took a little bit of silver, so I'm bringing those out a little bit. I'm making them pop out just a bit. And then over here, just about done. I'm going to reach over here real quick, and I'm going to show you what I've done with this kit. As you can tell, hard to believe. Right now, the ramp is off the truck. So basically, what's happened here, I've actually had fun building the kit. The only problem is it's a cab over, so of course, it's AMT kit, and the cab over and everything else is basically going to be. It was fun to build, but it was a pain in the butt. Put it that way. But what I did here, if you look, both front and back, you see how detailed the front is. See all this here, this whole, the yellow, the white, the blue, this was all hand painted. What I had done is I actually did the hand painting along on the side here. This side's a little bit, the yellow's a little bit skinnier, which not much I can do about it. I thought I had it all lined up properly, but I was wrong. And then over here, I have it where it's a little different. You can tell by the line marking on the yellow that's a little bit bigger than it should be. I did a lot of detail work here, pretty much in the front. As you can tell, over in the front here, you got the overhead lights. These were all chrome. There was no two pieces. So I ended up making an orange color to actually make those runner lights that go there. The horns, I had to sand down just a little bit, the entryway for the horns. Use a bit of a flat black to actually make it a little bit more realistic. Same thing I did with the top, which I will show. If you look at the exhaust, not too far over, but the actual exhaust, if you can see, we're also done with a black wash. Basically, I pretty much detailed the entire interior of the kit, which I can't really show all the way through, but if you can take a look inside, it was a bit tough inside the interior for the bag. The detail within the cab, the basic thing is the detail with the seats, all silver. I did the best I could with that. I actually made it a little bit more interesting with the grill. I actually had a little bit more of a 3D effect. The chrome, I left the chrome alone. I had to re-put the bumper back in because the cab I had to reset. But here in the front, the emblem, the Kenworth emblem, I took a little bit of a Tester's stoplight red to give it a bit of a detail. Like I said about the front bumper, I had to redo. I basically, on the kit itself, when I first built it, some of it sat pretty good. The other parts didn't. Before I put the actual ramp bit on here, I am going to be doing what I did with the markings here. I'm going to run a clear coat, which I actually got off of Amazon. The saddle tanks, the side tanks, they've been done as well. So pretty much that's the gist of it. But for now, the kit itself is kind of being in a limbo state of what I have. And then I have the ramps here. Eventually, these are going to be painted with a steel, a Tester steel. But the color, not color, but the actual clear coat I would recommend. You can find it on Amazon. This one is the Model Master. The serial number on it is 2736, which is actually the clear coat. You can get off Amazon, and you look for Milemaster. This is a clear coat. So this is a brush on. For me, because I had put the cap on after I painted it, I had to use the clear coat brush on part because I just wanted to get the blue, the yellow, and the white cleared up. So I did 2 coats of this, and when I get to the back here, this will be a second coat. When I get both sides done, I'm both going to have a second coat. And I'm going to do the same thing, which in a later video, I will show you how I actually hand paint this stuff. And I'll tell you, in a way, it's in on itself is a skill that I've actually took a very long time to do, and it's a pain in the butt. Unfortunately, the decals for this kit, it was the Papa truck, which I actually have here. What's left of it, the inside model kit, is what's left of it. But without that being said and done, I really wouldn't show this kit yet. I'm not going to unbox it until I'm done with the Papa truck. So right now, this particular kit I have is still going to be boxed. But I will show you the kit. I will show you how somewhat detailed this kit is. So I'm going to pull out the model kit here real quick. So right now, AMT reissued the International Off-Road Scout SS2. Now, I had a kit like this when I was younger, and when you're a kid, let me put it this way: you actually build the kit, you glued it, you basically, I left it all white, like just ABS plastic white. I didn't even do anything to it, and I was sorry I ever did that. But what was interesting, it's detailed V8 engine, which everybody knows the Scout way back when in the 70s, when the International was trying to be competitive with the light utility vehicles, the light trucks. But never many of these did get sold. However, only a few people bought them, but not many sold. The other problem that was a reoccurrence were the parts for these said vehicles. They were hard to find. The majority of them, they were just leftover parts. The vehicle was made basically leftover parts. Like they would use any type of motor they so choose. Any type of pretty much almost everything. You got like Jeep. You got a mixture of conglomerate of things. So the funny thing is, in this kit, and I do remember a lot of this. Now, of course, the kit has got the molded fenders. It's the flared out molded fenders, and I'm going to open the box. I'm going to unbox it, but it means I'm not going to build it. Not yet, because I still got the big Papa truck to do, and I have to get that finished. So anyways, I'm going to run down the whole detail here of this particular kit, which I actually like, and this time around I am going to be doing it, but it's going to be a retro kit. It's going to be what's looked like in the 70s. It's going to have what they call the brindle brown, but it's going to be a metal flake, which is a color that I'm going to go with. Brindle brown, metal flake. And what I found interesting about this kit is what I remember back growing up. See, right now it's only original plastic, so I haven't opened it yet. So this is something that I will be working on after I get done with the big Papa truck, which, like I said, I'll show you in the next video how I actually hand painted this. And so anyways, as you can tell, if you look very closely into it, I mean, it's very detailed. It's got the, I'll open up the cap part, but what I want to show about this kit, which is really cool, is the fact that, now I just took it out of the plastic. Normally I wouldn't do this, but I do want to show how awesome this kit is. As I remember back when I was a kid, now this is one hell of a solid ABS plastic, and I thought the Papa truck was solid as hell. But if you look at the interior, okay, we'll get to the body soon, but and how detailed this interior really is. I mean, it's got everything down to the matting to where it had the carpet or the rubber matting, as you want to put it. It's got the places for the shifters. You had your high low, it was a 4-wheel drive, so you had your manual shifter. Then you had your off-road shifter for the high-low gear ratios. Basically, this is not like the Toyota Hilux kit, but they did a really good job with the bed as far as the interior wise. Can't really see very much of it. Of course, you can still see some of the sprue that they kind of mold when they did the injection molding. So basically, this kit alone, like this part here, this is a very solid framework, which was, made for these kits. The one thing that was cool about these is that they had the back seats in here, and they had the canopy tops. But as far as I remember, the International Scouts, these were sent out as the off-road versions, but the options were there if you wanted to make it more of an SUV kind. But some people just roll off the floor with these things and just had the seats, and that was basically it. What I found interesting about this kit is the way how the body panels are. Now in the box, it says molded in flared out fenders, right? Well, along here, it's what it was back then. Right where my finger is where all the molded fender parts are in. So, which is pretty cool. These doors, they're doors that would be optional. You can actually take them off. Like if you were, there was always that option. They were doing the almost like the same version of the Jeep way back when in the 70s and 80s, with the doors you can actually unhinge and you can use it open like this as an off-road, which I actually found very, very interesting. This was has like a pickup body. Basically, it was everything that was almost I'm not gonna say it's close to what it was for the Ford Broncos in the 70s, but I can say this, that a lot of older vehicles, you don't see a lot of these. You don't even see them anymore at all. And if someone has one of these, it's just rare, because if someone has one of these and somehow managed to be in good condition, basically that'd be it. So the other thing I want to show in the kit, now this is also a throwback. Me and anybody else who would remember these tires. Now, the funny thing about this kit, now the inner wheel meshes in, and right through the plastic, if you see where my finger is, this is deeply gouged for the inner wheel. So that just shows you that you have to pop the inner wheel in, and that's basically it, which is very interesting for this kit. I do remember this. Of course, we have our decal sheet, which right now is still covered, still new in the box. And then this right here is everything that will be required for the off-roading vehicle. You have your seat, headers, steering wheel, you got the white rims, but you also had other kind of rims too, which is really interesting. One thing that was pretty cool, and if I decide to go in a different direction with this kit, now keep this in mind, they give you another set of rims, chrome rims, mind you. These ones are what they used to use way back when. These are if you look very carefully at the part sheet, that's the rims right there. You have your CB radio, your license plate, looks like your gas cap, valve covers, air cleaner, shifter. Then you have your 4-wheel drive shifter, your front grille, 2 bumpers, your antenna, and side mirrors. And how I know this is because I actually knew somebody who actually had this type of vehicle, and I don't know if they still have it, but I'll never find out, because person I don't speak to anymore. And of course, we have all the stuff here. We got the engine halves, we got the inner wheels, which you can actually use. You can paint them with the flat black to match up. intake manifold, gas tank, your transfer parts of your transfer case, the front and rear diffs. Here's your serpentine belt with the pulleys, and then here's the fan, which is like right there. So everything here will be eventually worked on. Right now, it's just the working, like I said, it's the Papa truck. I'm more worried about to get that done. I actually do have a figure for that truck, which I got overseas out in London, which will be showed in a later video when I do it. And then lastly, we got the clear taillight lens, which you can see right there in this bag right here. So that will make a fine addition to the truck. And, well, it seems like we got some cutout clear styrene for the window. How interesting is that? You don't see this very often. But it's going to be interesting when you place it into the truck, as they did back in the day of the old AMT kits. It made life miserable. And lastly, now we're out of the parts trees and all that fun little doodads here and there. Now, we get to the fun part of the instructions. This is interesting, okay? They have two different variants, but one they had as a racing off-roader, one as an off-roader. Difference was you had the body markings. The body markings were pretty much what gave it a different distinction. But the directions here are basically, they're just basic and plain, as you can tell. There's nothing new and special about them, just like what they were back in the old days, when the kit came out. So they originated the parts. Don't mind the heater because that's going off right now. So this is when I said about the inner wheel. That's how they place them into the back tire up here. And then you have your two optional rims, so you can go either way, which I actually like. For me, I go very, very nostalgic. Probably use a metallizer. If I decide to use the chrome rims, I go metallizer. A buffing metallizer. Now the interesting part is here, the diagram of how you build the frame is going to be, let me fold this real quick. So you have the frame mechanism. This all indicates exactly how the frame is built and how all these parts go in that really interesting sequence. I mean, some of us who remember these kits would know exactly what the interesting sequence was. The pain in the butt part. And as you look here, they also tell you how to put they show you how to do the front, rear, the gas tank. And that's pretty much it there for the self-explanatory instructions. And as you go further, they actually tend to another step, but there's only from what I'm looking at this instructions here, there's only 6 steps to the kit, which means it's a very short kit. It's not like the Papa truck where it's like you got to make a whole missile of that stuff. And they give you these options, or many options: the CB radio, everything in the interior, battery, your air cleaner, racing seats, the roll cage, the windshield, the whole 9 yards. But this kit will not be rushed. It'll be built to how it's going to be built. And basically everything else in this kit, it's short and sweet. And of course, what every model builder would actually like to do is test fit the parts before fully assembling, because heaven forbid you fully assemble, it's going to look like a Picasso painting. So anyways, this is what they tell you about the modeling tips. If some of you are looking to get this kit off Amazon, it's worth it. It's I think it's like $26. And it tells you the modeling tips of how to build it. It says it recommends that you use a hobby, like you use a sharp hobby knife to remove the parts, or you get something like these. But see how old my clippers are? They're worn out from years of use. You get like these type of clippers, and you can go close to the parts, and you have that nice, almost like that nice clean edge when you get, you snip up the parts. Um, they tell you how to paint it, the tweezers to paint. Um, like for me, I have these old type of tweezers. They're very fine. These been through like hell and back. I've had these for, I don't know, maybe for like over 13 years, and they've always served a purpose. I mean, I use them for the rims, for the back wheels of the model cars. I stick them on here, or the engine block. I put it on there, and I just use these tweezers. These served me through everything in my model building career. Um, and getting back into it, doing what I'm doing now, it's just something. And then the last thing they tell you about the cement. Here's a trick about the cementing part. What I've learned over the course of time of cementing model kits or model parts, I usually, like if I paint one section and I do it that way. If I paint two that are the same color, I go back and I touch it up. Even if the the rubber cement like cures and it's like very clear and you don't want that to show, just take the matching paint to those two pieces and detail it out. Or if you have the magnifier, like these hobby magnifiers, they work for that sort of thing, especially in hard to see places, which is, it doesn't say very much, but going back to old style, one thing I will say, being many years ago, I was actually in a model building competition, and I was actually one of the top competitors. And one thing, if you ever decide to go model building competition, a few things you need to know. And if you're like one of those type of people who enter model building contests, you would also know and how the rules are set. That the main reason of the rules, they say that you have the model that has to be solely built by the person who's going to enter it, and that's true because they had a guy probably back in 1998. I was actually in a model contest. They had a guy who brought in a die-cast car, and it wasn't his type of work. He quote unquote said he built it. He did all this, that, the other thing. Come to find out, it wasn't his to build with until somebody pointed out it was a fake. So that's the main rule there. So, build it to the best of your ability. And, like I said, if you're trying to enter in model shows, you build it to the best of your ability and you do it that way. And the other thing that judges look for, not only when I was going through these model contests, it was brutal. I remember I won a couple, and they were tough. When you build a model car, now the judges, it was funny. When I was actually building model kits at the time, they would look at certain things of the aspect, like sinkholes, plastic mold injections, this, that, the other thing. But the main thing that what they always look for, but this is easy on this kit. So if you have gray primer, do use it, and especially on the frame of the chassis, because sometimes they'll look for like the stamping serial numbers of the model kit part. That's another thing. What I normally do, see, like in here, see how this one's marked number 22 up into the frame. You take a very, very fine sandpaper and you go over that number. If you decide to go in that direction, you can do it that way. And if you get some kind of stamp on like this, prime it, and nobody will ever know you even built it. But like I said, I've learned a lot of tricks over the years. Bondo, I've learned how to use Bondo over the years by fusing the two plastic pieces together. And at the time, I actually used to make I actually used to fabricate my own pieces. Way back when I had a shop, and I used to make pieces out of metal, like tubing, or I used to make paneling out of sheet metal. Unfortunately, now those days are over. I don't do it very much, as you can tell, the location, and my shop isn't big enough for it anymore. I'm just working with the bare essentials, like a small space. I don't have my heavy equipment anymore, my heavy machinery. For certain things I would do. I had cutters, I had benders, I had pretty much everything to build certain projects for certain cats. If the pieces didn't fit, I learned how to. I used to customize them. I used to make them, for the exact scale fit. But anyways, just want to put it up there on a side note. So when I come back with the next airing for my YouTube video, you're gonna see me in action by doing the hand painting. Because the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this done with the white. But you are gonna see me do this with the white paint prior to the hand painting, and hopefully we can mount the Band-Aid Bandit truck to this ramp and get everything else done. But anyways, I do want to say, I guess it's pretty much it. I mean, I gotta say, thanks for watching. Right now, I'm not doing very much of any type of work, but do stay tuned for the next live video to see how I build firsthand. Like I said, this channel is no more into the gaming aspect. It's more into where I'm going with this channel now. I also want to put on a side note, some of you who don't know or haven't realized, there is a RV. Yes, an RV. It's a 2003 Freightliner, but stored in a disclosed location because we got fined. We almost got fined for it, and it's a 40-foot school bus. So eventually, there'll be some recordings of that video. I've been trying to, but right now I gotta meet up with the YouTube standards now, and I cannot do anything of music or anything like that due to the underlying rules now of YouTube. But if anything, like I said, just stay tuned for my next video. And I'm hoping that the white paint comes this week for that, so I can actually start doing the actual painting detail to the ramp truck, get that finished, and we can start doing a full coverage of me building this up. And that's pretty much it. I mean, not really much to do or say at this point, but just want to put it out there. And those who are still subscribed to my channel, thank you for staying on by. Thank you for for staying as long and being patient with me as I come back, return on both platforms, between YouTube and Twitch. And if you haven't followed me yet on Twitch, please do so. I'll just put in a link. I guess I'll just put the link in now and give you guys a bit of a thing here. But if you have Twitch, please follow that through. So I'm going to do this. I'll put the Twitch link in. This way you guys know. Excuse me. Unfortunately, this link is my personal link, or my Twitch account is more adult oriented. So I'm going to do it this way. So I'll just give you guys the link really quickly here and see if I can do it that way. But so you're going to have to look at my cute face for a little bit and to give you, whoops, a little bit too much. So as you know, I'm going to write down the description here on the bottom. So just give me one moment and do it this way. So we got /. I think I have it right. So just make sure you check that link out. And I believe that's pretty much all I can. Oh, that's what it was, a WW. That's what it was, I forgot. It's like, wait a minute, something's not right here. Hold on. Let me redo the website for you real quick. I knew I forgot WW, which I am like a real wonder derp when it comes out down to this. So it's actually WW dot Twitch dot TV / and then yeah, there we go. That's better. Okay, so there goes the actual link to my Twitch channel. But keep in mind that Twitch channel is adult oriented. It's not anything to, how do I put it? It's adult oriented. It's not my actual channel here. So keep in mind, if you're, I'm going to give a bit of a warning. What I mean by the adult oriented channel on Twitch, nobody under 18 is actually permitted to be on there. So just keep in mind, if you go to that site, it will be a disclaimer. So no minors into that channel. Those who are 18 over will follow me on there if they want to, and I think that pretty much will cover up everything I have. So anywho, till then, this is your girl, Michelle362. I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness. And feel free to follow me on Instagram, which will be on my Twitch. It'll be linked to my Twitch account. You can follow me on there too. So, anyways, I'm going to call it good. I'm over my threshold here. And, thank you for watching. And see everybody later. Bye for now.